Select B.
So one said B.
B. That's correctly. That's correct. Yes. The second question is, AI gives you a math solution. What should you do with that solution? A, you submit it as it is. B, you check each step yourself. And C, you ignore it completely. Okay?
Can you read that again?
B, that's correct again. Yes. Every time AI gives you an answer, you have to check it for yourself. You don't take it as a given. Maybe next time he should give the presentation, mashallah. You have to check the answers. Always check the answer that AI gives you. Never take it as a given. You have to double check, triple check, quadruple check every time. And last question is using AI during a closed book exam.
A.
Is that a smart thing to do? Is it cheating? Or is it only okay sometimes? I think C. So sometimes you use it to cheat.
B.
B, again, correct. Yes. Some people say that if you were on court, it's an okay thing to do. But it's not. If the invigilator didn't catch you, use AI to cheat, some people say it's okay. You can use it as long as they didn't catch you. But of course, that's not correct. You might get the full answer again, you might get the grades, but eventually when you go to the real world, you go to the career, the employment, when they ask you original questions or original problems and they expect you to solve them from scratch, and you are unable to think for yourself, unable to plan and answer forward, you're unable to think critically and to come up with a solution, you will obviously get fired very soon and become in a very bad position. So you have to go through the struggle. You have to go through the feeling dumb, stuck in a problem, feeling dumb, and then staying with it and trying 1, 2, 3, 4 times until you get it correctly, and then repeat again and again and again until it becomes muscle memory, becomes second hand. You just do it like it's instantaneous. The secret prompt to using AI correctly, that's what most A-star students do in the university. We use the Socratic prompt. Socrates is a Greek philosopher who was very famous to teaching, I think, Alexander the Great. When Rome took over Greece. He's a very well-known philosopher, and we have a prompt after him, because Socrates in Athens, when he used to teach his students, he never gave them the answer. He always gave them questions to think about the answer. If a student asks, why is the grass green? And then he asks him, and he doesn't give him the answer, just asks him back multiple questions until the student gets into the correct answer. For instance, the molecules inside, etc., the sunlight, etc. He asks questions to get you to the answer, he never gives you the answer. I think that's a great way to use AI. That's a digital picture of Socrates. What is the Socratic prompt? It is named after Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher, as we said, who taught by asking questions rather than giving you an answer. Instead of saying, what is physics, what is photosynthesis, you try a smart approach that makes AI teach you interactively. And when you prompt AI, it's always good to have a role for the AI. For instance, in most cases, when I write code and I want the AI to check for mistakes in my code, I ask it to act as a senior software engineer, and your task is to debug this piece of code, these lines of code that I have written, and then come back to me with where I made a mistake and why you think I made that mistake. So you give it a role, a task, and then you ask it at the end to question you on your answer, not give you the answer. An example for that is, you are a patient math tutor, teach me quadratic equations, then give me 2 quizzes, quiz me with 2 problems. That is very good prompt because, first of all, it gives the AI a role. AI has access to the entire internet. If you just ask it a vague question, it will never take a role. It will just answer randomly based on the answers available on the internet. But if you ask it to be a math tutor, it will act as such, and it will only search for math websites and only search for papers that were published by mathematical professors, etc. And we tell it to teach me more specifically quadratic equations, it will only narrow it down to the quadratic papers published, mock exams on the quadratic equations. What is the quadratic equation? How does it work? How does it get applied and practiced, etc. And then you tell it to quiz me. You always have to ask the AI to quiz you on the knowledge it taught you. Because without quizzing, you'll never remember that information when you need it. Socratic problem use cases. You could use that prompt to learn new things, new topics. For instance, you could say, explain dash simply, and then ask me what I understood. You could ask it to explain physical superpositioning, and then ask me how I understood it. I will explain it back to the AI, and we'll double check your understanding. You could ask it for essay writing, the first draft only. Give me 3 angles for this essay. So I usually draft my first draft and give it to the AI, and it tells me 3 better improvements I could have made to that essay, and then I make 2-3 drafts later and then submit that. It's my own work, not just the AI work. But it could help you spot things that you didn't spot by yourself. We are always blind to our own weaknesses, to our own mistakes. We think our answer was always 100% correct. When you give it to an AI, it spots the angles between the mistake between the lines that you didn't spot by yourself. Again, language practice. You can have a conversation in Spanish about football, for instance. You can talk about Real Madrid, Barcelona with the AI, practicing your Spanish, and it will spot the accent mistakes, what better word to use in this sentence, etc. Again, the coding help. Most coders in my class use it to debug, and debugging is fixing the code. Because mostly when we write code, we make mistakes that we were not aware about. If we forgot a comma, we put a capital C instead of a small letter C. And when you write 2,000 lines of code, it's very, very difficult to spot those small mistakes. So it's very useful to have AI to fastly and very quickly spot those mistakes for you. Exam prep. That's the most used case in university, at least in my class. We use it to prep for exams. It generates 5 hard questions for this topic. It generates example questions for this topic, for this exam, etc. Wait for my answer. You have to always tell it to wait for your answer, because AI automatically will generate the question with the answer, and then the value of the question is gone. So you have to generate 5 questions, wait for my answer, then analyze my answer, and then give me feedback on my answer, tell me how to improve, and do it again and again and again before moving to the next question. Pro tip, the more specific your role and task is, the more specific you are with your AI questions, the better. Because AI feeds on specificity, being specific. AI performs better the more specific you are. Be a funny science teacher and teach me this topic in biology. Ask me questions and double check my answers before moving to the next question, etc. Spotting AI nonsense. This is the 4th section. AI, as we said, is not always correct. AI is a very good liar. AI is a very good liar. It might be the best liar you ever met, because AI is very confident in its answer, whether it's correct or wrong. It will give you the wrong answer confidently. So how to catch the wrong answers, or what we call in the computer science word hallucinations. When AI makes a wrong mistake and then presents it to you very confidently, we call that hallucination. The AI is hallucinating. How to catch that up? What is hallucination in the first beginning? Again, it's when AI makes up stuff very confidently, and it sounds very real, but it's actually very fake. As that lawyer example, he gets citations from the internet, from legal world that were absolutely nonsense, never existed, and the guy lost his license and lost the case. These are real examples. Yes, these are real examples. We talked about the lawyer invented fake court cases. The lawyer lost his license and lost that case. AI gave wrong medical advices to people. There have been a lot of cases in which AI have given wrong medical advices that have had very severe consequences on the people who have acted upon those advices. AI made up historical events that never happened. And AI created fake scientific studies. There have been a case in, I think it was University of Atlanta in America, in which a medical student have submitted an assignment with very fake academic medical studies. For medical students, it's very important to cite original articles by medical professors and professionals in the healthcare system. And that student have cited wrong answers, and he was kicked out of university. He made a case against the university in court and he lost it because he have cited and used AI in places he shouldn't use AI in. The most dangerous AI answer is the one that sounds 100% correct but is 100% made up. How to interrogate AI? You have to interrogate AI. I have said it again and again and again. You have to double check, but I never told you how to do that until now. When you double check or fact check AI, there's a simple method, it's called fact check, and the F stands for find the source. Always ask the AI, what are your sources for that answer? Secondly, you ask for specifics. Give me the dates, the names, the numbers, the citations for your answer. For C, it is cross-check your answer. So you personally go to Google and cross-check what the AI have told you, Google or other search engines, to verify what the AI has told you. The textbooks, maybe the AI gave you an answer and instead it is from XYZ textbook. You go online, you see that textbook, and you tell it which page you took it from. You go to that page and double check if it's actually correct, if it's in that page or not. The T stands for trust your gut, not trust the AI, trust your gut. It sounds too wild, but it's too perfect. Always double check what you think is wrong. Trust your gut when you think the AI answer might be not correct or might be made up. Double check it. And check the contradictions. If you think there's anything contradicting the other in the answer, check it. Bonus magic phrase is, are you sure? What are you uncertain about? Are you sure? What are you uncertain about? As university students, when AI gives us an answer, we always ask it to make up a counter argument for its answer, so that AI has to think of ways that its answer might be wrong. And in doing so, the AI then double checks its original answer and comes up with a better answer that is more accurate.